what we have to do is, what we have to do is, after collection of the data should be processed with the manual and by the computers. What we have to do? The data processing method using with the computers. So why computers are required? Even manual method also we can do the research data process. But what it's happened, it will take a lot of time. People are habituated for the electronic gadgets, electronic computers. That we can say that most of the people they are using mobile phones, laptops, tabs, and tabs. So what is the use means? These computer gadgets, or we can say the electronic gadgets, is easy to help us. Sometimes we can say that whatever the calculations, whatever the data will come for the presentation, for our language, we can say that PowerPoint presentation or on a spreadsheet or whatever it may be. Whatever the data after process, it will be published. That we can say that it will be present with the help of the computers. Today, our class is data processing and using the computer. The intention of this particular data preparation for the computerization analysis using with the statistical package. Already we spoke to you regarding the various statistical packages regarding PS and IDBMS, IDGAMS, and various statistical package tools are there. But before going to do that, how manual method we are going to do and how electronic method we are going to do, we have to discuss it, isn't it? My voice is okay, no?
Okay, sir.
I think compared with the last time, this is okay, I feel. Yeah. Data, whatever the data are collected for the analysis, that data, whatever the collected data, before going to do the analysis, the data belongs to the textual or numerical data, whatever it may be. We have to give some code. Coded in the sense that coded data is acceptable by the electronic gadgets. That means computers. That means translate into the coding system. That whatever the data for the analysis, that means coding system. We have to give some codes, and that coded data will be stored and retrieved after analysis. That whatever the data will give the specific code and analysis, code and retrieve the data. For this purpose, these all are the processing of the data. Whatever the collected data, processing. What we are processing for the analysis, what we are doing is the textual data, whatever it may be, we are collecting and we are giving some code and we stored it. And whenever data is required, retrieve it. And afterwards, analysis. The researchers they will assign one code for the particular data. For the easy understandable, for the computers or manual, for their data. Number of assigned, how many these particular data, how many numbers they will give the assigned. That particular coded data, they will translate it, they will transform into their easiest convenient language. That we can say by the computer, they will say that numerical code they will give, they will write some program or whatever it may be. Even if you want any program, and what language the computer will be accept, only numerical code then only they will accept. Otherwise, it is not acceptable. Of course, some not more heavy textual data, numerical, and some one or two alphabets they will use, isn't it? The same thing. Use of the computer, the intention of the computer means many people say that easy to access, quickly access, or accurate information. or calculating the resources, and whatever. For that purpose, the same way here also, the research, the data process, after data processing, it's a part and parcel with the computer. For the with the help of the computer, the data will be analyzed in a various ways with the help of the computer tools, isn't it? And before going to do all these things, there are two stages of data processing. One is data preparation, and another one is data analysis. What is the data preparation? What is the data analysis? It's a part of the data process, data preparation. When we are collecting and collected data, put into the processing within the systematic order, and after completion of this systematic order, we are going to analyze the particular collected data. First stage of the data is data processing. The researcher prepare a data to make it suitable for the analysis. See, directly whenever the data will come now, he can't give directly to the analysis. He put into the systematic manner for the purpose of analysis. For
Sir,
that
chapter
purpose,
11, sir.
Amma?
Sir, chapter 11, huh? 11th
Yeah,
chapter.
chapter 11. Yeah, chapter 11. Coding and decoding, coding and coding schemes, that we can say, what it will be, numerous individuals observation to be, you know, uh, and number of various systems are available in the market. But here, numerous individuals' observation are to be classified into the smaller number of meaningful categories to simplify their descriptions. See, whatever the data are, what we have to do is classify, simple classify the data, collected data, classify the data with the meaningful, and we will give some numbers, that is normal number, that we can say that in our language, in a coding, we are going to give some coding to the those particular data. What it is, sometimes we'll give the number one, number two, or number three, or whatever it may be. Sometimes what the book in the book 174, what they'll give us, rank wise they will give us. 1,000 to 5,000, they will give. That is 5,001 to 10,000, they'll give two rank, and three for 1,000, 1 to 1,000, because that particular numerals are the code. What it is code? Earlier they mentioned, whatever the data collected from the various investigator, researcher, respondent, the data we are going to give here, coding. Coding in the sense, a number, numerous number, as per our convenience.
Sir, we are unable to listen your voice, sir. Madam, class start ఎంతసేపు అయింది?
Is it audible?
Yes, sir, audible.
Okay. Yeah. numerous individuals observation are to be classified. I mean to say that whatever the data we are collected, the data we are simply classified in a systematic manner, put into the will give to the numerical number or a code or whatever it may be, give to the simple way for their particular data. And same way, what is our convenience? Isn't it? We are giving this for data is what giving our convenience. Our convenience is to say that this particular data will give the one number. This particular data will give the two number. What it is, example they given in the work, 1,000 to 5,000 or 1,000 to 5,000, they'll give one number. 2,000 to 5,000, 1 to 10,000, they'll give two number. What it is, one code we are mentioning, one code we are assigning to those particular data. Isn't it? Rules for the coding. What are the rules? The response should be classified. The responses, the response people means where we are collecting the data person, those who are giving that person is giving the, and should be classified into the meaningful categorization and assign a one particular number to the collected data. Or we can say that whatever the collected data are variables, we are assigning to the one particular number to the collected data. That means collected data, what we can say that sometimes we say that variables, sometimes we can say that various languages we are going to use for that particular data. Isn't the code number should be make intuitive? That means, sometimes higher score should be assigned on a higher number or according to the they are in order, because we say that we said 1,000 to 5,000 one number we gave, and 5,001 to 5,000 10,000 we gave two numbers, and just like that, when the score is moving, the same number also we are giving move. That for the what purpose? As per the convenience of the researcher, with the help of the respondent, isn't it? When they're confirming the code to those starting with the 0 or 1, sometimes, uh, and even accession number. Do you know the how the accession number will start? How many people knows? Just raise your hands. Accession number ఎలా వేస్తారమ్మా accession register లో? Do you know? Do you have any idea about the accession register? How to write the accession register? How many columns of the accession register? Do you know what is the meaning of accession register?
నంబర్స్ వేస్తాం సార్, నంబర్స్ ప్లస్ నేమ్ వేస్తారు. ఇంకా బుక్ కి ఒక కోడ్ నంబర్ ఉంటుంది సార్, ఆ కోడ్ నంబర్ వేస్తారు. ఈచ్
What's the name?
నా పేరు
Vani.
వాణి సార్.
Say someone, please.
Sixteen digits.
Huh?
16 digits.
What it is 16 digit?
Accession numbers.
ఏమయ్యా మీరు ISBN కి ISSN కి accession register కి తేడా? There is you don't know what's the difference between the how many columns in the accession register and how they are going to write. Just this is a common. You are going to complete your masters in library information science, and after completion of this, what you are going to do, man? Accession register is nothing but the heart of the staff, heart of the library, isn't it? Accession register to say how many books are there in the library, how much of stock is having with the library, as per the convenience or various styles of the institutions. 13 or 14 columns in the accession register. Accession register never starts with the one. It starts with the 0 or some 1, 2, 3, 4. They never started, isn't it? 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3 are like just like that. Or double one just starts 0. They maybe start with the 0. But you basic things you have to know, man. The same thing here also, when the confirm code numbers when the confirmed code numbers means code numbers for to whom we are going to whom for what purpose we are going to give means the coding purpose we are giving. That is also start with the 1, 0 or 1, isn't it? The coding decisions depend on the several factors. Now, when we are going to give that particular code or assigning a particular no based on the theory and a mutual and exclusivity, exhaustiveness, and detail, or researcher doing quantitative analysis or qualitative analysis or general tester. Or sometimes yesterday I spoke to you regarding when after completion of the collecting the data in the processing point, what we have to do is whether the data we are giving the codes based on the objectivity, based on the testing hypothesis or not. We have to check, isn't it? As these all are for the our convenience only, not for the others, isn't it? Our convenience with researcher convenience only. And come to the enumeration of the categories. Now even also the actual categories developed, mutual, exclusive, and exhaustive of the each unit. Each unit here, what is the intention? Each variable we can say that the details of the category in coding scheme depends on the research question. Here they'll give good question. What is it? What it is? When we are going to the code, that the data even sometimes the data is when we are going to assign the code, that particular data code is whether it is based on the question or not. Which question? Research questions or not? That we have to check, isn't it? And another one also, there's a two type deductive, deductive coding and inductive coding. There will be two codings will be there. Sometimes up and down, sometimes top to down or down to top, just based on our convenience. You take example of the qualitative research. I said, deductive deductive coding we are giving. Deductive coding will give for the quantitative research. Qualitative research, we are going to give the inductive, inductive coding, that we can say that. That means based on the ground theory of the research, based on the reality of the research. That's what coding also is influenced by the near things, surrounding things that just I said, mutual theory, exclusiveness, exhaustiveness, and whether it is quantitativeness or qualitativeness. Based on that, we are going to give you some codes, just like the code book construction. What is the code book construction? The coded book is constructed, codes assigned for the each of the variables. That means data subunits, we can say that. Data subunits, we can say. Subunits is nothing but the variables. Each variables, whether we are going to give the code or not. Okay. What it is, each code is contained, what it is contained, it, each code is contained is nothing but the data, that we can say that each variable. That variable is really part and parcel of the research, part and parcel of the questionnaire, part and parcel of the objective, part and parcel of the testing hypothesis or not. Whether that particular variable is belongs to the our research work or not. These things we have to consider uh, while before going to the code construction. Just you open it 176 page number. They give the
Sir, we are not able to hear your voice, sir.
176 page, they will give one particular table. Just you check what is the ID number, and he said that in a code book they will give the variable name and the question, what is the question, and sometimes also the column numbers also. Just you go through that one, ID number, code actual number of the respondent, 1-3. just just they given a, like, what really, that particular data, what they given a code number is Q1, Q2, Q3, ID numbers. For code number, code actual number of respondent is equal to column number 1, 2, 3. Gender, so one male, 1, 2 female. Just like that, they will give a code book. What really they are going to write code means this particular code they are going to. Data coding, the researcher, he is use the coding book with the coding the schemes of translated data into the format that allows the computer processing get desired result. That's what I said. Even manual or computer, whatever it may be, whatever the data or variables we are going to give the code, that code is acceptable, that code is readable by the electronic gadgets. After processing, after uh, analysis, all those things by the computer will present, or will give the output desirable data. Desired means the researcher what is really required, or otherwise without computer also we can access the resources. How we are going to do this? By the manual we are going to get the data. The same thing here, the code what we gave the code, when we are going to write a particular, above the table, we can say, the last time also I spoke to you. See, this particular 176 page, the table, how we are going to write, and just I'll explain. The above table will give the data of variables, various variable names, what it is. Uh, 9, you take example, the 1 is excellent, 2 is good, 3 is equal to fair, 4 is equal to poor. It just like that they gave, based on the Q6, what it is, highest is 8th one. What it is, 1 is strongly, 2 is agree, somewhat. Then another was salary grade. 1 is equal to, this is salary grade. 1 is equal to 5,000. That means they won't write the 5,000. 5,000 code is 1. 5,001 code is 2. Just like, strongly agree means the above people says that they were given a code 1. They only mentioned 1 is equal to the number of the above people are strongly agree for the, as per the code 1. See, the system or the or computer or human being also, what they said, these particular codes only they will enter in the system. Finally, they'll give the result as per our convenient. What we have to do, that result will be explained in as per our coded languages. If after completion of the work, all are will come, 1. Just you check. 1 is male. The male respondent of the people is belongs to the educational qualification is UG. He is a student. He is drawing 5,000 rupees. He strongly agrees, says that the excellent services are providing. Just you see 1. Have you observed it? Have you observed it in the 176? The same thing how we are going to these particular codes, and opposite they will give the particular information, that is question brief form. We can say that the code also, the code number will give the question brief form. Data coding is completed. General coding instructions, what we are going to give the general coding instructions. Code must be done in the red pencil or red pen, or never erase whatever the data is. Why we are telling never erase. Sometimes respondent will give the other than the questionnaire or an observed. Sometimes interviewed, whether the data we may not ask, but even though whatever the data he is giving, that particular data is help to the our research. That time don't erase that particular data, because the data may be useful to the your research, isn't it? Same thing. Every column must have a code, and no column may contain more than one clearly circle. That means every column is having a one particular code. Based on the code only, we will get the data. And come to the flag. What is the question flag means? If the completion of the data, whatever the questionnaire we are giving to know, sometimes they will put a one flag. That means here there is a particular information or very important information is there. That particular information is required. Information is available. That means it clearly identified that there is a particular information is there. That information is helping to the your research. That is the information noted flag. Sometimes no answer, refusal. We can say that when we are going to give the data, distribute the questionnaire, what they will give, we said that we'll give the closed-ended questionnaire. Sometimes A, B, C, D. So what is the intention? You take example of the one questionnaire. What is one question? What it is, in Hyderabad, most of the people are violent. Some people say that in the question, A is equal to yes, B is equal to agree, C is equal to no, D is equal to disagree. People say that uh, even not answer. I'm not interested to put that particular question to answer. Just to leave, they will leave. At that time, what we are going to give that particular code? NA code is when the respondent does not give any answer, then only at that time we have to give the NA. And sometimes in the questions, in the questionnaire, they did not mention any answer, whether it is right or wrong or whatever it means. At that time we have to give NA. Sometimes also, that four questions of that four answers of the constructed answer, that we can say that sometimes we the respondent is not mentioned, even tick on the not above four means sometimes we can say not applicable also sometimes.
Sir, which page, sir?
177, 176 it is running.
Okay.
Sometimes no answer, sometimes not applicable. Whatever the answer we mentioned in the questions in A, B, C, D, or whatever it may be. Sometimes they may say that you simply said that I said A is so and so, B is so and so, C is so and so. The four is, if it is not there, just please mention, means we'll give you open-ended one question. No, they said that not applicable. Any they mentioned. So these all are when we are entering into the data into the computer. The in the form of the code, these are the main important. Sometimes don't know also we have to mention. What will give the code? DK don't know. NA not applicable. NA not answer. Just as per our convenience, we are giving the uh, codes. Sometimes to the code entry devices, transfer sheets, edge coding, optical scanning, direct data entry. These all are how we are going to data entry and all those things. Data editing and cleaning. When we are entering that we can say into the system, sometimes editing the data. So all data, whatever the collected data is, may be used, may not be used. Sometimes not irrelevant information, we have to delete it. We don't want to waste our time, and we are no need to give the any code. Sometimes data delete. If the data is not related to the our subject, not related to the our research, and at the time we have to do the data delete. We don't want to enter into the system. Of course, which system we are going to use means sometimes in the form of Lotus, in the form of Excel, in the form of spreadsheet, as per our convenient you know tools we are entering into the data, isn't it? Did you understand?
Excuse me, sir.
Okay.
Data means what, and direct data entry means what, sir?
Direct data entry. Could you
Direct. Directed data entry means what, sir? Actually, data means what, sir?
Data means already when we are doing the research, we are collecting the information from the various respondents. We can say that that information, we can say that is a data,
Okay.
isn't it?
Direct
Direct.
data.
What direct data? I could not understand.
Yes, yes, 1970, 177 for coding and entry device, direct data entry.
Data
177.
177.
Direct data entry.
Direct to
Data
data
entry.
entry. Acha. These directly data entry means when we are collecting the data questionnaire, that particular data, we can say that raw data without processing. Direct entry means enter into the your computer. That we can say that directly data entry. Direct data entry,
Okay.
isn't it?
Okay.
And comes to the data processing, use of statistics and data analysis. What is the data processing? I said data cleaning and the data editing and all those things. What is the data processing? Processing is put into the systematic order what we collected the data from the respondents. Use of the statistics. Some people say that statistics we can say that only for this is for helping to the science discipline or science. So it is not helping to the social science research. It is only for the scientific and research all those things. But statistics is as a common in any area of the research, whether it is sciences or social sciences or whatever it may be, because the statistical data may enter into the research. It is easy to help the researcher to coding or processing or data analysis or present the data or output the data as per our convenience, as per our convenience of the data presentation. Statistics methods are is helping to the researcher. This is the primary things, either social science research or science research or whatever it may be. And comes to the computers, how the computers are helping to the research. Already I spoke to you. You tell me how the computers are helping to the research. ఎట్లా హెల్ప్ చేస్తున్నాయండి కంప్యూటర్స్ రీసెర్చ్ కి? ఆల్రెడీ ఐ స్పోక్ టు యూ ద డాటా, whatever the data we are collecting, we are doing by the manual. Just I spoke to you the same thing by the computers.
Okay, researchers worldwide data help చేస్తే సార్ రిసర్చర్స్ కి ఎక్కడైనా చూసుకోవచ్చు వరల్డ్ వైడ్ లో. ఎన్నో
I agree with that. Whatever you said, your statement is good. But thing is, in the form of data processing, in the form of data after collecting the data, in the data process way for the data analysis, how the computers are helping to the researcher. Just I need the information. అంటే చెప్పండి.
It is easy for them to search in any computer.
You did not understand my point. You are telling about the general search. You are telling about the internet. I am telling about in the area of the research. In the area of the research, data processing to data analysis, how the internet, how the computers are helping to the, not internet, how the computers are helping to the researcher. నేను అది అడుగుతా ఉన్నాను. ఇప్పటిదాకా చెప్పిన కొన్ని కోడ్లు ఇవ్వాలా, isn't it? We are assigning some codes to some particular data, some particular subunits, some particular variables. After completion of the data, we are analysis, we are presenting, we are publish the data. We set the same thing. How the computers are helping. That's what I want. ఎవరైనా చెప్పొచ్చు.
Large amounts of data can be
కాదు
processed.
అమ్మా, ఇప్పుడు see, if anybody is having
And results can be
చెప్పండి.
seen in graphical form
Hmm.
and required form.
కాదు,
We can
daily
process
in our
large
routine
amounts
life
of
we are
data.
using for the PowerPoint presentation, word processing.
Sir, we are not able to hear your voice, sir.
ఇప్పుడు ఏం లేదండి, see, every day we are using various places, whatever the data we are consolidating by the word processing, text layout of the GTP, or a spreadsheet, or presentation of the graphics, PowerPoint presentations, the various methods we are using daily. I think you know very well, because even after getting your data, we are put into the one particular form of book, means we are using with the DTP, and word processing, whatever the data we are collected data we are put into the word form, and sometimes we are using PowerPoint presentation, while even we are taking the classes by the PowerPoint presentation slide, we are making slides. So the various styles using by the computers. Sometimes statistical analysis tools, I say that SPS, a social science package for the software package, the social science, SAS, Stata, Plus, Mintlib, Minitab, various computer tools, computer uh, you know software tools, statistical software tools, helping to the data, to presentation of the, or to output of the data, or to analysis of the collected data. Some in our language you can say that variables and sub variables. That is the thing, how the computers are helping to the research. That's what I asked. You said you're telling different way how computers are helping, how computers are. It's not like that, isn't it? And and sometimes word processing. What it is word processing? Whatever the, when we are entering into the data, put into the word form, it will be finalized. If anything, spell mistakes or whatever it may be, you can find easily word processing. These all are an important part of the computer program, computer, MS Office. They are having some tools and word processing and merge facilities also. When the data we are going to put into the one file to another file of the data, we can merge also. And automated document production, some to DTP. And we said that desktop publishing is nothing but after completion of the collecting the data, after analysis of the data, what we have to do is the data is going to publish in a book, or the data is going to the publish in the form of thesis, the data is going to publish in the form of the project report. Just like that, is a DTP is a one tool is helping us to put into the systematic classified order in the form of the research. And comes to the electronic spreadsheet and database applications. The spreadsheet earlier, before going to the PowerPoint presentation, spreadsheet is most usable, of this thing. And comes to the database management system. Do you know the database? What is the meaning of the database? What is the meaning of the database? What is the meaning of database? Database and daily. What it is contained? See, DBMS database management system. There is a various several types of series DBAC1, DBAC2, DBAC3, DBAC3 plus, and Oracle. Now, and various languages also is available. Integrated package. Integrated package means data, stored data, retrieval data. As per our convenience, integrated, we can put into the information retrieval on a specific important part of the requirement. We can required labels we can put into that particular software. That we can say you take example of the Koha. What are the labels is required? Circulation system is required. Technical section is required, and reports is required. Just like that, an integrated package is integrated software package. What it is help means paint and draw the program. Why paint and draw the program means, see, after collection of the data, when we are analyzing the data, is that particular data may be present in the form of pie charts. The data may be uh, may present in the form of graphic. The data may be presented in the animation. The various styles we may use, and information retrieval program, administrative and assistant program. Just like as per convenient, integrated packages will help us to the research process, data process. They can say that. Now, statistical applications. What are the statistical application? Earlier, we used to, BNDP statistical program. Now, these each program, suit for the groups together, commands into the paragraphs comprising the sentences. Just like that, they have BMDP1, BMDP2, and various form of BMDP programs are there. And comes to the SPSS, statistical package, software package for the social sciences. Just what is the latest edition we have to check. Whatever the data we have to enter or put into that particular software, the data will briefly explain as per our convenient. After enter into the data, just you there will be just like edit button, save option, edit option, and explain option, and all options will be there. Just you have to even SPSS is a free package also is there. For the there is two type of versions are there. One is full professional version, another one is written to version are there. That we can check as per our convenient. Another one is IDAMS. And this is international standard, internationally developed data analysis management software. The package is free of charge. UNESCO Secretariat, based on the request, in this particular, you know, this particular software is 55 official distributors all over the world, 41 nations, just like that they mentioned in the book also. This, sometimes what it will help us, this IDAMS, you can collect the data from the CDISS package also. Even whatever the data, we can translate it, or we can enter into the, or we can merge from this IDAMS to CDIS also. What is the CDISS? What it is actually? this IDAMS we can easily calculate. You can easily calculate the data, numerous data easily explain, easily briefly understandable common people. This software this software will be helpful to the researchers. Meru see most of the people are not they whether I don't know how many people they knows the you know CDIS as an accession register. Nobody is studying because this is the basic things you have to know. And microstart also is there in the Microsoft offices. There will in the Microsoft MS Office there is a microstats package is there. This is for the statistics we are going to use for the research data, research data processing, a part of the data processing. Uh, this as usual SPSS what we are entering into the data, the same data will explain, the same data convert into the numerical form, and that we can say in the coded language. And coded language will come out after statistics and after processing the data. We have to analysis as per our you know go convenient or as per our research. Come to the statistical programming language. Earlier we used to say that all programming languages is running helping to the researcher, but only these particular languages not a specific standardized statistics system is not there. So after Fortran and Pascal C, after these languages came into the picture, some standard statistics they are maintaining, not only for the research. It's a basic thing. We can say that these Fortran, C plus Pascal are helping to the statistical tools, helping to the researchers, and it is contained the interactivity, graphical capability, local capability. What it is we what it contain the interoperability or graphical capability, and all those things means this helping to the what is the graph for what purpose it is using the graphical, the easily visible to the data, easily identifiable identify the data that we can use for this following three. And also some in the table number 100, in the page number 183, they mentioned that some specific statistical programming language mentioned. And there we say that just only some languages is having basic statistics, but they are not standard. Some standard also some standard statistical we have to maintain. That's what for Fortran and the Pascal C as on par with the same thing, S plus GAUSS, GUESS and SPIDA, SC statistical calculator. These all are various type of statistical packages helping to the researcher. And come to the another comes to the what is the meaning of SPSS package? How it is helping to the researcher means already I spoke to you. The software package for the social sciences. Software package for the social sciences. How it is helping to the social sciences people are common people means already I spoke to you. The same thing once again I'm repeating and repeating. There is a two versions are there. One is for the professional version, that is in faculty, that we can say that full version. That we can say the full version. Second one comes to the student version. Student version. What it is actually, what it is contained means whatever the collected data, whatever collected data, that data put into the system, and which form directly we can't enter textual format. We have to enter a systematic, classified numerical code. We have to enter into the SPSS package. Then after total data, enter into the total data, the data will present, the data will analyze as per our desired way of output. So what we are expecting, the data may come out by the these particular come out by the print, come out by the publisher, whatever it may be, by the statistical package. See, the same thing what we have every packages, what are the file edit system also is there, array system also is there, you know, and various systems we can say that, you know, uh, we can add, we can edit, we can delete, and sometimes we can merge also is possible in the statistical package for the social science. That's what command file, data files, listing files, SPS system files. These all various types of the files is helping to the researcher to present the data, to analyze the data of what we entered in the system. The same thing, use of SPSS package in the data analysis. SPSS package allows generate summary of statistics. That's what, see, I said, what really, these all are packages, all computers. I said, earlier, spreadsheet or Lotus or, Excel or, uh, IDAMS and SPSS, what it will, the total entered data will give the summarize the data, not full data, will give the summarized data. What it is summarized? The above table summarized data. What we entered the data. That data is we are summarizing as per the researcher requirement. That requirement is the above table. We are summarizing, we are analyzing, we are explaining the above the data by this SPSS package will helping. On a graphical portion, I said that graphical is main important. You take example of even when we are going to take the class, when we are going to deliver a lecture, when we are going to present a seminar or whatever it may be. Minimum we have to put into the some pie chart, some this is the system, this is the some pictures we are added. Why? Because it is easily identifiable, easily all people will simply concentrate on that. This is one type of technique to put into the that particular even class or even presentations or even thesis presentations or dissertation presentation. It may be, it will give the clear picture. That means we can say that common people, laymen also can understand easily while he's observing these thesis, while he's go through the thesis, isn't it? Comes to the the package, you know, uh, cross tabs and correlations. I said file edit, help, new, save, exit, and all those things are there are some lags and some tabs also in the statistical package system. Tomorrow I'll ask the question for three things. One is what is the CTS, IS. Another one is what is the latest version of SPSS package. Another one is how many columns is having accession register, what accession register is contained. So today we discussed about the I think um, even we discussed about the data processing. What is the data processing? How we are going to give the code numbers to the data, how we are giving the numbers to the variables, how we are giving to the even the numerous data is available, how we have to classify the data as per the simple manner, as per easiest, and we can say that a convenient way of the user, how we are going to give the codes, what is the code book, how we are giving the code, and what is how the code rules and regulations, and to how we are with graphically presentation, and when it comes to the computers, how the computers are helping to the researcher, what is the basic softwares, MS Office, MS Word processing, Lotus, Excel, spreadsheet, PowerPoint presentations, say various statistical packages, and comes to the statistical package and IDPAMS, SPSS, how they are helping to the statistical tools, explaining the data, summarizing the data, and later and that comes to the what is the versions of that particular SPSS package, how the SPSS package is running, what is the basic thing, what is the options, what is the features of the SPSS package, what is the latest version of the SPSS package. This when we have to learn from you, not from my side, isn't it? These all are the we today we learn, and simultaneously, generally, how we are present the data means one is usually most of the things now we are going to present the data by the PowerPoint presentation. Earlier we used to Harvard graphics. We what is the by the graphics, by the pictures, by the tools, by the pie charts, by the graphs and all those things we presented the data. Now the PowerPoint presentation easily understandable, easily identifiable, easily concentrating of the users. This is one of the most using the present scenario by MS PowerPoint presentation, even for the researcher, even before going to submission of his thesis or before going to submit of his thesis, dissertations or project, or even lecture delivering or uh, classes or whatever it may be. Now PowerPoint presentation is one of the most favorite. We can say that most running presentation system. Did you understand what I spoke to you till now? అర్థమైందా అండి ఏమైనా చెప్పింది?
సార్ అర్థమైంది కానీ కొన్ని ఇంపార్టెంట్ క్వశ్చన్స్ చెప్పండి సార్.
ఇంపార్టెంట్ క్వశ్చన్స్ నేను లాస్ట్ చెప్తానమ్మా. ఇప్పుడు నేను ఆల్రెడీ ఐ స్పోక్ టు యూ బికాస్ అంబేద్కర్ ఓపెన్ సిటీ బుక్స్ ఇస్ ద వన్ ఆఫ్ ది కాదు టాప్ మెటీరియల్. ఇంకా దాంట్లో నేను ఇంపార్టెంట్ క్వశ్చన్స్ హౌ ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు సెలెక్ట్ ఇట్, అన్ని ఇంపార్టెంట్ క్వశ్చన్సే కదా.
ఓకే ఓకే సార్.
ఇంకా ఉంది కదా, మీకు టైం ఉంది కదా. ఎప్పుడున్న ఎగ్జామ్స్ మీకు?
20 సార్, July 20.
Already remaining 1 month is there, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, by end of this month or I will try to give. And I need to know whether really you don't know the CTS, ISS.
సార్ క్లాసెస్ ఎట్లా అంటే కాలేజ్కి వెళ్తున్నాం కదా, ఇంకా సగం సగం వింటున్నాం, బస్ లో వస్తుంటే ఆన్ చేస్తాం సార్.
అంటే రోజు క్లాసెస్ వెళ్తున్నారమ్మా?
లేదు వర్క్ చేస్తారు సార్, లైబ్రరీయన్ గా చేస్తారు. VLSC అయిపోయింది.
మరి నీకు VLSC అయిపోయింది, యూ నో, ఐ థింక్ యూ నో వెరీ వెల్. దెన్ బికాస్ యాక్టివిషన్ తీసుకుంటే మీరు చెప్పలేకపోతున్నారు ఎందుకు?
నేను అది అప్పుడు బస్ లో ఉన్నా సార్, దిగుతున్నా.
Yeah, tell me what is accession register and what did it contain?
యాక్సెషన్ రిజిస్టర్ యూజింగ్ ఏంటంటే బుక్ యొక్క ఐడెంటిటీ కోసం దాంట్లో మొత్తం డీటెయిల్స్ అన్ని ఎంటర్ చేస్తాం. అది ఒక నాలెడ్జ్ అయితే ఉంది సార్ ఏంటి అని.
ఎప్పుడైనా ఎంటర్ చేశారా దాంట్లో?
ఎస్ సార్, చేస్తున్నాం సార్. బుక్ యొక్క డీటెయిల్స్ అన్ని, ఇంకా దానికి కాస్ట్ ఎంత, అకాడమిక్.
హలో సార్,
చెప్పండి.
ప్లీజ్ ఎండ్ ద క్లాస్ సార్, నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్ ఇస్ గోయింగ్, వెయిటింగ్ ఫర్.
Okay, we'll meet you tomorrow.